Boom! What's up, Waves Capital? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys in the most candid and straightforward way that I can about my current thoughts on the state of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets following the unraveling and bankruptcy of major cryptocurrency exchange FTX. So, right up front, I want to make it clear that I do not want to dive into the intricacies and major details of the FTX bankruptcy, of the fraud of this man right here, which I don't want to talk about why he's a fraud, but I do want to talk to you guys about why this guy is a clown and why you always need to be careful of individuals who can come off as geniuses in order to mask their fraudulent behavior. But you guys, I'm sure if you're watching this video, have just been flooded with the details and really progressing state of what's gone on with the FTX bankruptcy over the past almost a week now. So I don't want to bore you with all that. You can go Google anywhere about what's going on with FTX, and pretty much every major publication has multiple articles on it. So you can go dig into that for yourself. And even as I sit down to record this video, the breaking news little headline on CNN is covering SBF. So you can go check that out. That's probably a good, really in-depth breakdown of what has happened. But the purpose of this video, from my perspective, and what I want to talk to you guys about, is my thoughts, once again, kind of as the title alludes to, my thoughts around the current state of Bitcoin, how this event will impact not only Bitcoin, but the entirety of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Why I do believe, as an optimist, so I want to say that right up front, I am an optimistic person. Why I believe this can be perceived and this will be looked back on ultimately. It might take some time, but in the next 6, 12 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, why this will ultimately be looked back upon as a very constructive period for cryptocurrency, and why, of course, a lot of bad actors and a lot of individuals who really didn't do the proper due diligence are being flushed out through this. And I do also want to talk to you guys after I give you guys my 2 cents on, again, this clown, FTX. I want to talk to you guys about the unfortunate unraveling as well of prior sponsor of this channel, a company that I've really enjoyed working with. I know obviously I'm not working with the board or anything, but worked with their team. Really like the guys on the team, which is, of course, BlockFi, as I'm sure you guys can just read in the title. But I want to talk to you guys about the unfortunate unraveling of a former friend of Waves Capital and the Waves family over here on YouTube, BlockFi, because they are now filing for bankruptcy, which sucks, but unfortunately they also did not do the proper due diligence. They didn't do their DD as they should on FTX and Alameda Research, which is this guy's pretty much leverage trading, 100x margin trading firm, okay, which is also going under. So we'll talk about the unfortunate raveling of our friends over at BlockFi. And I also want to talk to you guys about crypto.com, because I've seen some comments about this. I've been talking to my Discord about this as well. There is some controversy going around about crypto.com for, understandable reasons. But I want to talk to you guys about why I think personally crypto.com is safe. Crypto.com also a sponsor of this channel, even before they sponsored good old Matt Damon. I've had this card. You can see how beat up this freaking thing is, which I still use very frequently. Crypto.com card, again, another company that I've really enjoyed working with, and I do not think that they will go under, but I do want to address some of the controversy and the worry that is going on around crypto.com. And I do want to use talking about these two parties to segue into where I hold my cryptocurrency positions. I want to give you guys the breakdown of how I portion out my cryptocurrency positions, and why I've always diversified my cryptocurrency portfolio in not only digital wallets, but hard wallets as well. Ledger, just to give you guys that. Ledger, not a sponsor, but I do use a Ledger, and I do hold a significant amount of my personal cryptocurrency holdings in a hard wallet, and that wallet is Ledger. So talk to you guys about how I portion out my cryptocurrencies. After that, this is a pretty lengthy video, but again, sit back. I'm going to do this I want to make this as chill and, again, as transparent as I possibly can. After that, I do want to talk a little bit about price action. So we'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about Riot blockchain just to throw it in there super quick. Dive into the charts to expand and really zoom out. Talk to you guys about why I do still stand by my winter targets and why I do still think that we can actually see a rally heading into the new year based upon the technicals and ultimately just the fact that Bitcoin has been so resilient through all of these headwinds and hardships over the past week. So hop into the charts, talk about Bitcoin, and then at the very end of the video have some content recommendations for you guys. Good old liquidity on Instagram. Super fun page if you're a nerd in the financial space like I am, and I do want to show you guys this video right here. So I'll pause that. We'll actually watch that together later, I guess. And then shout out good old Coffee, because there is some videos that he's posted on this subject and also on the subject of, YouTube influencers. I guess like myself, I would consider myself more of a trader who documents my trades and kind of just my thoughts on the charts and thoughts around the fundamentals, as opposed to a Bitcoin guy or a guy who just talks about finance in general. I thought about that for a little bit, but I ultimately figured out that wasn't for me, because ultimately at the end of the day, I'm a trader. I'm not trying to be a guru. I don't have I want to make things look pretty and I try to look good, but I'm not trying to be a guru by any means. I'm trying to be a trader and again, give you guys my as rational and objective and unbiased as of an opinion as I possibly can. Of course, there is always going to be bias involved with every opinion ever, but I do my best to make, again, because I'm a trader at heart, I want to make every decision I make, and of course that I display to you guys as, again, transparent, objective, and rational as I possibly can. Okay, so that's the breakdown of the video. Again, this one is going to be long. I won't monetize this thing just for, I guess, flow of conversation, just because it is going to be chill. This is going to be a long video, so sit back, grab some popcorn if you want to stick around, and pop open a drink. So again, FTX, for those of you who are not familiar, but again, I really don't want to dive deep here. All of you, I'm assuming, know what FTX is. If you don't, FTX is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, which to its fault has offered margin trading. So cryptocurrency exchanges right off the bat, think Coinbase, think Binance. FTX is right up there with those two, okay? Literally top 3 biggest cryptocurrency exchanges in the entire world. They engaged in foul play, led by this man who is Sam Bankman Fried. Right off the bat, it should have been pretty clear, aside from, so right off the bat, it should have been pretty clear that there's some red flags here based solely on appearance and straight up profiling of a visual character, which, sometimes that's okay, because there are times when it pans out like this one. But Sam Bankman Fried, if you've watched his interviews, very well-spoken guy. He talks quick, and sometimes when you speak fast, that can give the impression that you're smart, even if you're just talking shit and you really don't know what you're talking about. So Sam Bankman Fried conned so many individuals, many billionaires, many venture capitalists, into thinking that he was a genius. And because so many people backed him and so many people were excited about the fact that they could potentially make him money, was able to utilize that trust and capital to, just prop up and, really create one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world. I'm not discounting kind of the evil genius of this guy and the fact that he is technically savvy, because obviously you have to be to do what he is doing. But again, you guys, this is a bad actor. And honestly, he's not just a bad actor. He's a straight up criminal. He's a crook. He's a fraud. And he is a clown. So I want to make that straight. And also, I did want to mention this in the beginning. If you guys had money in FTX, I'm sorry. That sucks. I really don't know how that's going to unfold. But shit, my condolences out to you. So again, don't want to talk much about this. It sucks. Go check out this. I'll probably read this right after. It's probably a good read because it's a little later to the... It's a little later to the game, so they've had more time to really kind of break down the story. So go check this out if you want to know more. And actually, this piece of content is an actual breakdown in Pokemon form. I'll show you guys this right now to lighten up before we get a little heavier with BlockFi. About the story of what happened with FTX in kind of that classic Nintendo Pokemon. So liquidity on Instagram, you can go check it out there. I'll actually just close it out now because we don't need to watch that whole thing together, honestly. It's kind of long, but you should watch it, absolutely. So on a heavier note, let's talk about BlockFi. So unfortunately, BlockFi is on the verge of bankruptcy due to their exposure in FTX and loans from Alameda Research in the wake of some of the issues that they had earlier this summer. So I'll just read this right here. Crypto lender BlockFi is preparing for a potential bankruptcy filing because of its significant exposure to bankrupt crypto exchange FTX. Okay, so I don't have BlockFi open, but we can actually just open up BlockFi right now. Boom, BlockFi. As you can see here, it's it's kind of surprising that unfortunately this isn't more clear. They should have actually changed the homepage. That's my opinion. BlockFi is not able to operate business as usual. We have limited platform activity, including pausing client withdrawals as allowed under our terms. We request that clients do not deposit to BlockFi wallet or interest accounts at this time. Click to see more. So right up front, I obviously at one point in time had a decent amount. I'd say maybe 10% of my Bitcoin in BlockFi. That's all I put in there was Bitcoin. 10% of my Bitcoin holdings in BlockFi. I did remove that a few months ago just because I actually wanted all of my Bitcoin in my hard wallet. I just came to that decision with no knowledge of what was about to unfold. Maybe it was instinct, but I'm not going to take that credit at all because it wasn't. I just wanted it in my hardware wallet. So did remove, I mean like 95% of the money of my Bitcoin from BlockFi, transfer that to my ledger. And I do still have 5% in there. Probably not going to see it. If I'm being honest, I've just in my head kind of accepted that I'll probably never see that Bitcoin again, and you will sleep easier at night if that's the way you think. But if you had a meaningful amount of crypto in BlockFi, I'm sorry, that sucks. But the reality is, and this goes the same with FTX, it's going to take a very long time to get it if you do, but there is a very, very decent chance, well over a 50% chance, I'd say, just ballparking it, that you will never see that crypto again. So that's the reality again. If that's you, my condolences truly. I've lost plenty of money in the markets this past year, in the past in general, and I will continue to make and lose money over the future. Losing money is a part of this game, unfortunately. But the fact that it happened in this way due to a clown, again, and deliberate fraud and criminal behavior sucks. That sucks. But again, you guys, BlockFi always had a good experience working with their team, and it's sad to see them go down. And I don't have my BlockFi mug on me, but if I did, cheers to BlockFi. You guys will get the next one. Crypto.com is definitely in a better spot. So the title of this article, which actually also just dropped, is Crypto.com customers worry it could follow FTX as CEO tries to reassure them everything's fine. Key points, Crypto.com CEO Chris M. It's a tough last name. Is taken to Twitter, YouTube, and the airwaves to try to reassure customers that their deposits are safe and the company is on solid footing. In the last few months, the company has reportedly cut over 1/4 of its staff. Honestly, that's great news. That is good news. I feel bad for everyone who got laid off, same as I do now about Meta, Amazon, Twitter. Sucks for everyone who's being laid off. But when times are hard, when there are liquidity crunches, when you need to conserve capital to keep your business alive, that's the unfortunate reality of what does have to happen, okay? So in the last few months, the company has reportedly cut... I just read that, sorry. I understand that right now in the market, you've got a situation where everyone is done at taking people's word for anything. He told them, okay? So I read through this whole thing. We're not going to do that today. I don't think that's necessary. But I will say that, again, in my optimistic opinion, and this is a biased opinion because I do use Crypto.com. I do still hold... I would say 15 to 20% of my total crypto holdings in Crypto.com's digital wallet, which might change soon. We'll see. But I do hold faith at Crypto.com. And I mean the Visa card, which I seriously love and I use all the time. This is not an ad. I still have the referral links in all my videos just as a copy paste. If you guys didn't know, that's how I do like my descriptions. It's just copy paste. I'll alter a few things, but just kind of copy paste stuff. I would highly advise it and actually not doing that right now, but just to let you guys know, that probably will be down there and I won't remove it, but I do still use my Crypto.com card, my Indigo card, at least 3 to 4 times per week. Okay, so Crypto.com, I do think that they have the liquidity. I do think that they are taking the right action, and based upon the words of the CEO, who again, it's hard to trust anybody, and I'm not saying I necessarily trust him, but I do think that especially based on his track record as well, that he is experienced enough an individual to properly navigate this storm. And again, you guys, it's just the reality. I can't guarantee anything, but I will just say, again, based upon what I've read and the knowledge available to me and my decision-making skills, that can be questionable at times for sure. But if you want my 2 cents, I think crypto.com should be fine. Okay, so that's that. Again, you guys, I hope everyone I hope you're able to keep a smile on your face, even if you are facing hard times. It's the best thing you can do if you want to be part of this game, if you want to find success over the long term, and again, you want longevity or sustainability in this game. You got to know how to get slapped in the face, but ultimately you have to know how to get back up on the horse, and keep on keeping on. Okay, keep learning. Everything is ultimately a learning experience in retrospect, although it sucks ass at the time. Okay, Bitcoin. I will just read through my quick, this is what I sent out, my price targets newsletter this morning. So read quickly through this. I can expand on the longer term as we jump into Bitcoin. I'll just give you guys a little riot bonus too as well. Okay, so Bitcoin, first of all, the fact that Bitcoin is holding its ground in the wake of everything going on really speaks to its underlying strength as an asset. Technically, BTC has successfully broken above short-term resistance, so this line right here on that little bear flag, and although it's been a subtle reaction to the breakout so far, this is positive news for the bulls. The possibility, the possibility that Bitcoin reclaims its bear flag formation and breaks the straight typo there, and breaks to the downside, there is the possibility, there we go, that BTC reclaims the bear flag formation. So right here, again, big move down, the evil twin, the evil inverse twin of the bull flag, of course, the bear flag. Big move to the downside followed by a descending triangle, or this is kind of just a symmetrical triangle. Just a triangle formation does constitute a bull flag or bear flag dependent on the move up prior to that triangle formation. So the possibility that we break back into this descending triangle, if we do close back below here, if we break below, I would say like 16.5, that's bad news. I do think there is possibility that this bear flag could play out to the downside, and then $13,000-$14,000 is a pretty easy target from there. But my money is on continued upside over the short term, and that plays into riot as well. So again, we'll talk riot, and then we'll dive into the charts, talk Bitcoin on the longer term. We can at least go to the I'll do that when we get there, but let's talk riot first. So bullish on Bitcoin miners. It's 101. Okay, riot has recently bounced off support, therefore a gradual climb up to resistance wouldn't surprise me. I expect riot to achieve a price of $650 by month's end. So just give you guys my price target right there. Again, Bitcoin or riot bounced off of this line of short-term support, currently hovering right above it, is in a strong descending channel pattern. I do think riot can come up to test absolute resistance over the medium term, dating back to those August highs. So touch point here, creating that line of resistance. If we test this line on December 1st, that would take us to about $6.50. So that is why, again, play game theory. You always have to be one step ahead of the next trader out there when trading yourself. So if I think something is going to reach even if I thought riot was going to see 675, and hey, maybe it will if we test this line sooner, I'm still going to close out my entire December 16th call position on riot when we see 640, just to front run the crowd who's obviously going to be looking at this trend line as well and trading against that. Okay, so from there, I will reestablish a new call position as I feel appropriate given the current climate. This goes, of course, for all the call positions in my portfolio. So stay tuned. Exciting times ahead, team. And if you do want to join Waves Capital, you guys, if you want to know all of the call options that I have in place, got to do the plug, even though this is a chill video. Still got to do the plug, you guys, because we have honestly been on fire lately, and I'm extremely proud of just the gains we've been making in the options portfolio specifically over the past week. I mean, the stock portfolio is doing well too, but the options portfolio, it has, in the past 1 week, in the past 7 days, has, very ballpark, like 3x'd. So that makes me extremely proud, and that also makes me extremely non-guilty to shout out my newsletter and of course daily portfolio updates. So first link in the description box down below if you officially want to join Waves Capital. That'll take you to this page, of course. Click on that guy, take you here. You get everything that this little box entails. And of course, you can choose whichever pricing plan suits your needs. $15 a month, $40 for every 3 months. Try free for 7 days. If you don't like it, which I don't think will be the case, you can always unsubscribe. But give her a go, give it a shot. And again, I trust you'll be sticking around. So welcome to the winning team in advanced, and I'm excited for the gains to come. And if you guys are parts of the portfolio newsletter group, please let the people know down below, just as kind of some anecdotal evidence, like customer reviews almost. But everyone here, members of the team, and I appreciate you guys for riding with me. So that's how you guys close out that BlockFi. But let's jump into the charts. We can talk about Bitcoin in the long term. I'm actually going to get rid of this and some of these arrows because it's going to look super goofy when I zoom out. So let's go to the daily and we can zoom out here. Okay, so Bitcoin. The good thing about this retracement in Bitcoin following the breakout of macro resistance, which this is right here, I can zoom out. You can see that this is macro resistance dating back to Bitcoin's all-time high. Just over a year ago now. It's crazy how different the world was, especially for us a year ago, so that's insane. But over the past year, Bitcoin has been in a steady correction. On October 15th or mid-October, we did break out of this resistance, and it's been a steady climb. We've kind of just held the line, but we are technically above this line of resistance. And, TA 101, especially on a macro level, we have come down nearly, I'll call this pretty much a successful retest of broken macro resistance as new support. So again, the fact that Bitcoin is holding up still, the fact that we're pretty much reclaiming $17,000 as I record this, is a good sign. Is a good sign that things are just holding up in general. And again, you guys, I do stand by my thesis and overall price targets that Bitcoin can still appreciate nearly like just about 60% from current levels by 2023, as crazy as that may sound right now. I do think that we can reclaim 2023 levels with the caveat that there is not another wave of mass liquidations and another, if FTX's collapse is really the first domino in a series of dominoes to fall, this will obviously not happen, and that is a very, very real possibility. But again, I'm an optimist. The fact that Bitcoin is held up now and has appreciated since that initial sell-off, which was, again, almost a week ago. So the fact that we've held ground over the past week, the fact that I am bullish in the short term, I do think that there is a Q4 Christmas rally coming for small caps, growth stocks, the equity market. The S&P 500, NASDAQ might see a hard time, but I'm very bullish on ARK Innovation ETF. I'm very bullish on I'll give you guys some of our top plays over the past few weeks, or over the past 3 days. Unity has absolutely crushed it. Matterport doing great. Carvana doing well. Plug Power, ChargePoint, some good ones in there. So very bullish on small caps, bullish on Bitcoin as well due to its correlation to just growth stocks and small caps. And I do think that Bitcoin can ultimately come up to test the previous low of the overall downtrend, which it has yet to retest, we haven't seen it since really June 12th. So since that real big June collapse, I do think Bitcoin can come down to retest this candlewick low that we saw in mid-May of about $26,700. And personally, again, in my optimistic view, I think we can see that by the new year. Okay, so that's that, you guys. Again, if you want to join Waves Cap for real, if you want the daily newsletters where I am more consistent, again, I've been covering this really since I think the 8th. I was just looking through some of the newsletters I sent out. I think I have been covering this since, I'm just always watching the news. I have alerts on my phone. So been covering this in the newsletter on a daily basis, really keeping you guys posted. But again, YouTube is something I'm just kind of chilling on, and got the new baby on deck, and I'm spending a lot of time with him. So newsletter is my obligation to paying members of Waves Capital. So that is my priority and my responsibility every morning, which I spend the far majority of my days and mornings doing, trading right in the newsletter. But again, I appreciate you guys watching this. Again, if you want those daily updates, which I was going to round that out, join the portfolio newsletter group. It's just $15 a month, you guys. I know times have been hard, but so I don't want to say it's just $15 a month, but appreciate it if you guys check that out. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. Go watch coffeezilla's. I didn't shout this out. Go watch coffeezilla's videos. Go watch Coffee's videos. He's definitely if you're not already, I'm assuming many of you already do watch his videos. He's definitely the largest in the cryptocurrency, and I'll say even like almost the financial space. But it's for a good reason. Transparent guy. Be careful about who you listen to, including myself. again, I'm more of I think of myself, and I like to pride myself as far more of a trader as opposed to a guru. So again, be careful about who you listen to. Be careful about who you think sounds smart, because they might be absolute frauds. And you guys just be safe out there. And again, always keep a smile on your face. Keep your chin up. Straighten up, soldiers. Okay. So I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this whole situation, or if you just want a shocker or something. So I'll talk to you guys in the comments downstairs. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.